and welcome to my creative space. Welcome to another DIY video. Today I have 3 super easy Christmas DIYs, so let's jump right in. For this project, I'm going to be using these wooden planks from Dollar Tree. I'm also going to be using some greenery and some ribbon, but feel free to pick whatever you want to use to decorate it. The first thing I'm going to do is take these 4 pieces of wooden planks and I'm going to hot glue it together. You can use wood glue to make sure that they're extra secure. I'm going to be okay with glue because they're going to be sitting inside my house, so it should be okay. But if you want to use them for outdoors, you might want to use some wood glue or E6000. Okay, so as you know, if you use these planks in the past, these planks for some reason they're not even, so you kind of have to play with them a little bit and make sure you line them up as the best as you can, but they're going to be a little bit crooked and you'll see in a second. So once I glue the first 3 pieces, you can see that this other one does not fit correctly, but you kind of just have to like play with it and move it around to where it fits the other piece. Now, I didn't buy a 5th piece to cover the top and the bottom. Totally forgot about that. But I'm going to be using these other wooden planks that I have, and they're also from Dollar Tree. It's a pack of, I believe, 8 of them. Let's see, well, actually 6 of them, and I'm going to be using those to cover the top and the bottom. They're not going to fit perfectly, but it's okay because I'm going to be covering that up with ribbon in a little bit, so it'll be okay. So what I do is take 2 pieces for the top and 2 for the bottom, and since, like I said, these wooden planks are not even, I kind of have to cut each of them to fit that side. So I take a pencil, I mark it, and then I take my electric saw, and then that's what we're going to be using. So here's my first 2 pieces. To glue them in place, I'm going to use some more hot glue, and like I said, I have to make sure that they go in the side that they are supposed to go, because otherwise they're not going to fit because they're cut to the size. So here I am gluing those 2 pieces down. I did the other 2 off camera. And now what I'm going to do is add my ribbon. I have this one from Dollar Tree. I wanted to stay in the neutral side, but I was like, you know what? Let's add some red. So I'm going to add this ribbon to it, and I'm going to cut it to the size I need it to cover the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to hot glue that first piece. Then I'm going to glue the other one to the top. Then we're going to turn it around and we're going to glue the bottom. Now, I did cut one of the pieces a little bit shorter because I wanted some ribbon to make a bow. And I did not have any more ribbon. So bear with me. This is going to go at the bottom. So I make sure that the piece that is going to go over our space was long enough to cover it, because I don't want to see that. So I glue that piece down first, and once that one is done, then we're gonna glue the second one. The second one that crisscrosses is not gonna cover the entire thing, but it's okay because it's gonna be at the bottom. But if you have enough ribbon, go all around, cover the entire piece completely. Now here's what our gift is looking like. Now I have this extra piece of ribbon and I'm going to use that to do a bow. I just glue it in the middle, and then with a zip tie, I'm going to secure it. I did add in some glue because I just wanted the extra security, but you might not need to if you're going to be zip tying it, but you know, we go with it. So once I do that, then our ribbon or our bow is ready to go. I'm gonna hot glue it into place, and then I'm gonna start adding the greenery. Now here you can have whatever greenery pieces you want. I only have this one, and what I did is cut it individual pieces, and then I'm gonna glue that greenery on there. I decided to just go with the greenery and the pine cone, but you can add more color, more greenery. It's up to you. Have fun. That is all for this project. It was super easy to do. Let me know your thoughts and let me show you the end result. Creative Squad, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're loving the ideas. This is our first Christmas DIY video of the year, and I can't wait to show you what else more I have coming. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Wendy, and I love sharing my creative space with you. If you're not already, I would hope you consider subscribing and joining this Creative Squad. Now, I got more ideas for you, so let's jump back into the video. For this project, I'm going to be using this styrofoam cone, candle holder, some jute, and some spray paint. The first thing I'm going to do is take the jute and I'm going to cut 3 pieces. I don't have a size for you, but I will say the longer you cut them, the harder it'll be to braid them, because that's what I'm going to be doing here shortly. So I found out that the shorter they are, the easier they are to manipulate and create the braid. So here is what I did. I knotted one of the ends and then I went in and started braiding it. Once I did that, I did a couple of pieces. One was shorter than the other because I did struggle with this first one. But then once I had those braids, then I grabbed my lighter and I started burning this rope because the little threads were sticking out and I am looking for a cleaner look. So that's what I did. I burned all the edges, and once that was done, then that's when I take my styrofoam cone, sorry, I can't speak, and I'm gonna glue this braid onto it. If you have a thicker jute, you can use that. It'll give it that look too, but I really wanted this look because I feel like the braid, it's flatter, and the look that I had in my mind, this was gonna give it to me. So that's why I end up using this instead of actual thick rope, but it's up to you. It's gonna work out. Now once I get to the top and we get to the knot, then I keep it, and that's what I use to cover that top part. And then what I do next is take our candle holder, spray paint it, and then we're gonna hot glue our piece onto it. This looks good as is, but I really wanted everything to be gold. So what I do is take my spray paint and I'm gonna spray paint all of this together. Originally I was gonna leave it as is with just the gold candle holder and then the Christmas tree at the top with just the jute rope, but I really thought that the gold was gonna give it a better look, so I went in, and I'm glad I did because I really love how this project turned out. Now let me show you the end result. For the next project, I'm going to be using this 11 by 14 inch frame and also some caulk. What I'm going to do first is remove the wrapper on this frame and take it apart. Now, originally, what I was going to do is use the same picture that this frame has inside for our project. But as you will see here in a second, once I flip it over, I was going to use the white side. You can still see the picture in the back, and that was just not going to work. So what I end up doing is grabbing this placemat that I already had, but Dollar Tree does carry these in different colors, so you could use one of those. And I'm going to be using this one because it's white, and that's the color I'm going for. It was more like white silver-ish, and I really like that. So what I do is take that placemat and then I mark it, and then I'm going to cut it. Once I cut it and make sure that it fits inside my frame, then I'm going to glue it to the back of our frame, and that's going to hold it into place. Now, once I do that, then I'm going to hot glue it while it's still inside just to make sure it's going to fit fine. I didn't want to mess with it. So I did it while it was inside. Then I pull it up and here we have it. Now that our piece is out, then I cut a tree, or I guess a triangle, out of paper, and I'm going to trace that because I need guidance to see where we're going to be placing our caulk. So once the tree is marked down, then we're gonna go in with the caulk. I will say that even though I had this marked, I still mess it up, but we kind of fix it, so bear with me. So what I'm gonna do is take my caulk and I'm gonna go inside this triangle, or try to go inside the triangle. I cut the caulk tip into an angle to create leaves, kind of like the spikes that the Christmas trees have. Didn't work out so well, I will say. Maybe I don't have the technique down, but what I do to fix it here in a little bit is cut a piece of cardboard in triangle shape, and that helped me to shape this Christmas tree a lot better. Now, I'm going to add the caulk like you're seeing now. You see, it's kind of making the spikes a little bit, but it's not as full as I wanted it to be. So I take this piece of cardboard, as you can see, and now I'm manipulating all this caulk that I added. And I liked it a lot more. I kind of spread it up. I also don't want this to be so bulky because I am going to place this back into the frame. And I want to be able to close it. So this piece of cardboard really helped to spread out this caulk that was kind of just in a lump. So it really helped. And then from here you can play with it and create the leaves that you want, the stems, whatever they're called, and try to stick inside the triangle, because by the end, you'll see in a second, I kind of went more towards the left, so my tree was leaning to one side and it was not centered at all. I don't know what happened. I think that when I was spreading it, I didn't realize that I was going way farther out from the triangle, and so I ended up messing it up. See, you can see here, but I fixed it and it got a little bit more chunky towards the top, but that's okay. It still looks good to me. Now you can leave it here and wait for it to dry and paint it if you want to paint it. But what I wanted to do is keep it white, and I just added this gold flakes, foil flakes that I had, and I actually used in one of my past projects. If you know which one it is, comment down below. But I added those to the tree because I want to keep with the theme, the gold, the white, the neutral, and I really think that this gave it that touch that I needed. And I just added it on there once I felt it was enough. Some of them were sticking up, so I grabbed another piece of cardboard and kind of pushed them down to make sure they're gonna stay in place. And then after I did that, then I go to the trunk. I painted it in the color brown, and that was it. You can leave it as is. I really wanted to paint it because I just felt like I didn't want this whole thing to be all white, and so the trunk I painted it brown. But that is all I did for this project. It was super easy to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Which one's your favorite? And yeah, let me know what other ideas you would like to see, what other DIYs you would like to see me do. I would love a challenge, so let me know. But that is all for this project, so let me show you the end result. Creative Squad, if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. I hope you love the ideas, and if you're looking for more, be sure to check out one of these videos, and I will see you on my next DIY. Bye!